Good morning, everyone, and welcome to You've Been Schooled with your host, Ethan Wu. So today we're going to be discussing the Dodgers' struggles as they're kind of on a big slump as of right now. Well, as of July 21st, 2025, the Los Angeles Dodgers find themselves in the midst of their worst slump of the season, despite holding a solid 58-42 record and being top of the West. The team has dropped 10 of their last 12 games and is visibly frustrated. Their most recent loss, a crushing 6-5 defeat to the Milwaukee Brewers, marked Milwaukee's second sweep of the Dodgers in just 2 weeks. Tensions are high and emotions are starting to boil over. Veteran ace Clayton Kershaw typically composed through his glove in the dugout in frustration after a defensive miscue behind him. Post game, he cut his interview short, a rare moment that speaks volume about the mood inside the clubhouse. The Dodgers' problems are layered. Defensively, the team has been a mess, committing 3 errors in the most recent game alone, several of which directly led to runs. Plays that should be routine have become liabilities, and those mistakes are compounding. On the mound, the bullpen has fallen apart. Once the strength, the relief corps is now near the bottom of the league in both ERA and WHIP. Injuries have decimated the group with key arms like Brudstar Gutierrez, Michael Kopech, and Evan Phillips all sidelined. Young call-ups and fringe arms are getting thrown into high-pressure spots, and they're getting lit up. Offensively, things aren't much better. Shohei Ohtani continues to hit bombs, but outside of him, the lineup is ice cold. Mookie Betts is in the middle of a season-long slump, and the bottom of the order has been nearly automatic outs. The team suffered the battling over recently pushing Betts to the leadoff spot, but the changes don't haven't translated to results. In one particular rough stretch earlier this month, the Dodgers suffered a 7-game losing streak, the worst since 2017. The lack of timely hitting combined with mounting pressure has created an offense that looked unsure and flat. Injuries have only made things worse. Max Muncy is still out. Blake Snell and Japanese Phenom Roki Sasaki are on the IL. Freddie Freeman just got hit by a pitch and is now day-to-day with a wrist contusion. The starting rotation, once a deep, reliable unit, has been spotty, with young arms like Emmett Sheehan struggling and relievers like Ben Kasparius giving up homers in bulk. It's become a daily guessing game for manager Dave Roberts as he tries to patch holes and keep things afloat. Still, despite the chaos, the Dodgers are clinging to first place, but just barely. Kershaw's most emotional outburst, while rare, shows how much the veterans care, how badly they want to turn things around. Mookie Betts acknowledged the slump, saying, "It's frustrating. We're all feeling it. The pressure mounting and time is ticking." The trade deadline is approaching quickly, and the front office is expected to be aggressive, likely targeting bullpen help, a bench bat, and possibly another starting arm. Looking ahead, the Dodgers will host the Twins in a series they must take advantage of. After that comes a brutal road trip through Boston, Cincinnati, and Tampa Bay. It's a pivotal stretch that could determine whether the Dodgers stabilize or spiral. It could also determine how we'll do in playoffs, as we don't seem to be doing good against the top teams like the Astros and Brewers. But with so much talent on the roster, no one is counting them out. But if they don't fix their defense, get healthy, and start hanging in, their championship hopes could start slipping fast. Let me say something. I went to a Dodgers game when they played the Astros, and when they played the Astros, they lost 18-1. That when they were really hot back then. We got to interview the coach. The coach seemed to thought everything's be okay because they just beat the White Sox. But there's a big difference between the White Sox and Astros, and Dodgers were not expecting that. As I remember, their pitching was a big problem. They had guys like Max, and he just wasn't like playing his best. You could tell. You could tell he was like a bit nervous, and it just didn't go well. And we'll see how things go with the trade deadline coming up, and hopefully, like the Dodgers can have some time to recharge and like get better. But we'll see. And so, thank you for hopping on. Signing out. I'm Ethan Wu.